Guys, Double 18 Seth Shadow here. My apologies for yesterday. Normally I put my market watches up Sunday nights, but something happened last night and I wasn't able to get around to it. But with that, I've got one going right now, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. Starting with, we finally got listings for pre-sales on singles for set 12, even Fall Onslaught. However, nothing's listed. So this must have happened just today or something along those lines, but we don't have any listings yet. So if you're a vendor who has pre-releases ready, well, this is a good opportunity to put up your stuff now. Of course, that only applies to store vendors because for pre-releases you have to have special permission on that. Now, for other releases that happened this past week, we have the stand-up deck sets, and there are 3 of them. And what I feel is the most anticipated one is probably Orpheus, where we take a look at some of the singles on the front page. One that you've got Polarxis Dragon, currently at $4 right now, with 6 listings available. Let's see. There's only one listing that's $4. After that, it's a $7 card, and no surprise there. I believe this would be the card to pick up if you're not intending to go for the whole deck set. But do remember that the deck set also comes with not just the cards, but some supplies as well. I believe sleeves, and then the box itself also comes as a storage box. But other cards you can pick up from in here. Elementaria Sanctitude has been reprinted. Combined Rushers reprinted. Eldo Breath is in here. What else have we got? Bulbul Mine. Orpheus Regis is in here. Let's see. There are plenty of other reprints available, but I'd say those are the big highlights to keep in mind when it comes to this. And speaking of Elementaria Sanctitude, now that we have a 4th copy that we can pick up, well, I guess 3rd copy, because, yeah, we got the World Final version, which nobody is buying that $800 copy. And we have the original promo that came out of the first set of trial decks for Youthberg, Drajul, and Leonorn, and you've still got the full art version from the July promos. The newest one from the Orpheus deck currently has the cheapest listings, starting at 20, but the other ones are 24 and 28 respectively for their base listings, and their market prices are still pretty high, so we'll see just how much influence the new one has, given that these deck sets are $40 to $50 retail as it is. The next one is the Favornal one, which is our new boss unit for Dark States, which can restand itself. But from this one, we already have an out-of-stock item, and that's Demonic Swordsman of Riving Eligos, which is an exclusive to the deck. And let's see. It's exclusively Favornal support, and players have already been buying this for $23. That's amazing. Wow. I'll have to go back and take a look at the actual deck count, but it wouldn't make sense to buy it at this much if you're getting 4 copies in this deck, but I'm gonna guess because it's that much, maybe there aren't. Yeah, I'd have to take a look again. I would think you would get 4 of these, but maybe not. Brainwash Swirlers reprinted in here. Gratias Gradle, which is the Regulus Peace Order Persona Ride. And then you've got Gunram. You've also got another new card, Gear Rhinos of Barreling Impulsion. And what else have we got? Purgatory Baron Rhodus. Yeah, this one's also exclusive to the deck. Galamahad is the reprint over trigger for this one. And then you've got a few other things here and there. The boss unit itself, Favernail, is pretty cheap right now, but that's not to be unexpected. You can only play 1 copy anyway. It keeps itself to that. Then the final of the decks is Graham Grace, where Rendering Flash Carebray is the most expensive card in this one at $7. And then you have another new card, Gatu Bosk. What is this? Yeah, it's part of the new ride line, which allows you to ride Graham Grace with a Soul Blast instead of having to discard. The Gradell Persona Ride Order is in here too. You got Wayward Therapy Angel as a reprint. And Codwall's also in here. You've got a few nice things. Painkiller Angel, reprinted for the umpteenth time. You also have White Fang Witch Disma, the critical trigger from set 1 in here. Yeah, not bad. But I think out of the 3, it has the overall least value in terms of the singles that you can pick up from what I see. Promos, we also got a few new ones from what I talked about before on the October ones. The big one that ended up on the front page is Security Upgrader, which is for Seraph, particularly Seraph Pure Light. Essentially, it allows you to search out Seraph Pure Light from various different locations, so it's more consistent to get more cards into prison and more effectively hit your crit condition. But in terms of what other promos are looking at right now, you have Basis, who is still the most expensive in terms of market price right now for its foil. Broken Toys has gone down to about 25. Oath of Vengeance Stegre has gone down to 27. I know the Yu Yu Kondo Vanguard trigger says it's 27, but this one is, yeah, it's moderately played, and then it becomes a $40 card, so just keep that in mind. We already talked about Sanctitude. Halbe is down to 21. Basis is also still holding around the $20 mark right now. Knight of Inheritance Emelin for MLB is up in price. $30 is its base. What else have we got? Steam Before Toge, that was the September promo. Sage of Improvement Roberon, which is for Bastion. This one is $20 right now. And then you have the foil version of it, which has sold for just a little bit lower in terms of its market price. Forest Hunter Prosper is up there, thanks to Leonorn. And Ardor Hatchet Dragon is lower than it was. We have the full art reprint coming with set 12 as promos, so no surprise on that front. Some more buyouts. For Bidal Surrogate from Festival Collection is back in the $30 range and only has 7 listings. Players have bought this for $40 recently, and so yeah, it is a strong card, and I would say part of it is because of the hype that Seraph Pure Light is getting right now, and this better improves its consistency. Eidos Faro, the blue overtrigger, is up in price as well. I was talking about how this was running out of quantities at about 10, and players are now buying it for 18 to 20. So that's another one that just spiked pretty hard. It is a 9th critical trigger. As long as we've got that critical trigger restriction in Standard, this is always going to be valid in terms of just being that 9th crit for pressure. Baratoy, I want to point this one out given the reveals that we've been seeing for Lyrical Set 4, particularly with that new unit, I can't remember its name right now, where you can throw a trigger to Soul to get 15k shield, and then if the attack didn't hit and there's nothing on the Guardian Circle, you force your opponent to either discard a card from their hand or retire the attacking unit. So with Baratoy being a 10k shield, making it into a 15k shield makes it more plausible as a playable draw trigger. And the fact is, you could do that with any draw trigger in Lyrical Melody now too, but this one would still be the go-to just for being a basic 10k shield. Flare Veil Dragon has some pretty high prices across the board. The original one from set 4 has a base listing of $9 with only 9 listings. If you want the Festival Collection one, it's $17 right now, but its market price is only $8. What has this even been selling for? $11 was the highest, and that was 3 days ago. So yeah, no one's actually bought this price point. And as long as we've got the regular rare versions to keep it in check, I don't think there will be too many people going into that price point. Skull Chemida is up in value, but right now the FR and the double rare are about even in price, and both of them are short on listings. 3 listings right now for the double R, 5 listings right now for the FR, and they're both starting at $16 to $17. Again, if you're looking for value, you're better off just picking up the FR in this case, because it will maintain more value overall. And lastly, and leastly this time, poor Gandiva is falling, falling, falling. Now we have listings on the triple rare as low as $8. And the FFR has also taken a pretty hefty fall. We're looking at $69, so basically 70. And yeah, they have been selling for that much, and a lot of listings are in the $70 range now. This card has fallen really hard, and it's still a strong deck to play, but there's also the anticipation of us getting the restriction that's applied in Japan, so that also plays into its price decrease. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.